that quote, I happen to know, continues on, and this particular individual is talking about sticking his rear end up in the air and daring God to strike him down.
He said that?
Oh yeah, you've got that sort of environment.
Well, here's one. Last year, my wife and I took our 10-year-old daughter and 13-year-old son. This year, both are eager to revisit Burning Man. My son is looking forward to Burning Man more than Christmas. We've got some footage of that festival, and maybe George can narrate what we're seeing. What is this?
Well, this is the camp as it's spread across the Black Rock Desert. Some of the participants call it a temporary autonomous zone at the edge of eternity. The whole affair is called a human petri dish or a sandblasting of the soul. You're seeing some of the tribal theme camps that we're flashing around here. That's the man himself. It's a 40-foot tall timber giant, neon veined. They torched that on the last day. He serves as kind of a metaphor for a sort of a collective I am.
Yeah.
Here's another one of the theme camps here. We're going to shortly in the video here go into what they call the Inferno, which is a 7-stage descent into hell that they held the night before, which was the most demonic experience that I've ever gone through in my entire life. Most of what we're seeing is sanitized video, Pat.
Yeah.
There was massive nudity. These are a homosexual group here called the Staggering Libido Sisters. This is the Aesthetic Meat Foundation, where they took severed animal heads and blood and rubbed it all over their bodies, and then handed these hunks of bloody flesh to the audience as mock sacraments. Now this is what's called the Temple of Dis. They call it a hidden and unhealing wound, a fountainhead of boundless rage, appalling shame, and unendurable loneliness. And this is the abode of Satan. There were nude dancers that danced around this for nearly 2 hours at midnight.
Well, George, I mean, this is in America. We're talking about the flowering of Western culture going back into the worst forms of paganism.
You know, I was struck by that myself when I was there. I was thinking, you know, these aren't the temples of India. These aren't even the sands of Sinai. This is the United States in the 1990s, and this is where we're heading. And if we as Christians don't sit up straight and recognize we've got a problem, that wild spiritual animals are encroaching on our campsite because the embers of Judeo-Christian culture are burning low, we're in trouble.